Thanks for that, Kelsey. Congratulations to both the football team and men's soccer team.
We're now going to go straight to our sports chat for the week. Zack, Rockey, and Nick Williams are on location for more.
All right, and welcome to this week's Sports Chat. I'm Zack, Rockey.
And I'm Nick Williams.
First, we're just going to kind of introduce where we are this afternoon. We are in the Baker University Sports Hall of Fame. As successful as we've been this whole fall, we might as well be where all of the greats who have come through Baker have come. I mean, I see Tom Hedrick back there. We got Mike McCarthy in the background over here. I'm looking at good-looking guys and gals who are they've done great things for the sports team. So we're going to start it off first with the volleyball team. Okay. Their season came to an end this past weekend, unfortunately. They played in the HAC Conference Championship. They lost to Lindenwood, who's a solid team. Year in and year out, they're good at every sport that they play. Volleyball's no different. First game, it was close, 23-5. Then Lindenwood really turned it on, won the last two games 9-25. But the Baker women's volleyball team, they had a great season, second in the HAC. I know they were exciting to watch the entire year. Unfortunately, they're going to be losing Alexis Pryor, Jade Allen, Taylor Glesser, and Sarah Leahy. All of those four volleyball players, great players. Alexis and Jade, they've won all conference honors, players of the week. So we're really going to miss them, but we just want to say a definite congratulations to Kathy Allen and the women's volleyball team. So Nick, what did you think about the volleyball season this year?
I think this season they had a pretty good season. They made it to a HAC championship. Although the season ended with a hard-fought loss to Lindenwood, but they had a pretty good season. And I know they're losing a lot of seniors next year, but they have a lot of strong young players that will step up next year, and I feel they'll be back next year.
Definitely, and I know Kathy Allen works tirelessly recruiting players year in and year out. So Baker Volleyball, great job this year, and I know you guys are going to be back on top next year as well. But now we're going to keep it on the hard floor, but we're going to go to men's basketball. They traveled to Ottawa this past weekend to play in the Ottawa Classic. Didn't have that great of a showing. They lost both their games. They played Ottawa University first, and they lost 71-91. Just kind of some stats of the game. Baker was led by Nick Iverson, who had 20 points. Then they played McPherson the next night, and they actually lost 69-81. But some kind of good things about the game were Heath Baird led all scorers in the second game with 17 points, and big man Justin Hauser followed up with 15 points and 10 rebounds. So he had a double-double on the game. And actually, Baker, they're better than their record shows. After talking to Rick Weaver and the other players on the team, they are a better team than what they have at 1-3. So I know Coach Weaver will change some things up and hopefully get Baker basketball back on top. But I know you want to talk about a little bit about the basketball team, so I'm going to let you take it away.
They may be 1-3 right now, but I see they have a bright future ahead. This week they play a good Ottawa team. They're struggling. They're 2-4. Ottawa is led by point guard David Birch, who averages 20 points a game, second in the conference. So he's a pretty good player, and I believe the Baker defense can prevent him from scoring if they put pressure on him and just commit a lot of turnovers. And speaking of turnovers, Baker on the defense side of the ball and also offense side of the ball commits 22 turnovers a game. So if they can downsize that, I feel they have a good season.
That's right. I mean, Nick, you've hit the nail right on the head. Defensive pressure is key, just like any basketball game. But I want to talk about the key to defensive pressure is guard play. Baker has solid guards. They're quick. They're in your face the entire game, and I know that these guys can step up and actually do it. But I also want to switch it back to some freshman play. In the Ottawa Classic tournament this weekend, Baker had a freshman step up. Drew Berg, he had 11 points, saw a lot of minutes. Some guys got into some trouble with fouls and stuff. He came in, stepped it up, and really played well. So if they can get the ball or get turnovers on defense and put the ball in the hoop off turnovers, Baker's going to be fine. And I know Rick Weaver will implement these things into both offense and defense. So Baker basketball, they're only 1-3 right now, but they're a lot better than their record shows, and things are on the upswing for the Baker men's basketball team. But now we're going to throw it back to women's basketball. They actually had a stellar weekend. They played in the Benedictine Classic tournament down in Benedictine. They beat Park University 67-53 the first night. They were led by Lauren Schuffelberger, who had 20 points, key senior leader. She's going to be the go-to girl the entire year. She has experience. She's good. She can shoot. She can dribble. She can move around, and she's just a great player. And Audrey Bryant also chipped in with 11 points, which is really good to see because she's only a sophomore. So she still has 2 years of eligibility left as soon as she's done playing this year. So it's great to see not only a senior step up, but an underclassman as well. And then the second night, they beat Ottawa University 69-49, meaning they went 2-0 this weekend in a fairly tough tournament. So they were led by Kaylin Shanaden and Lauren Schuffelberger, who both chipped in with 12 points. So it's great to see the guard play be as solid as it was. I mean, between the two of them, they had 24 points, and anytime you can get that kind of production out of your guards, you're going to win ball games. They are 4-1 on the season so far. They're playing really great basketball right now, which is really good. I know last year they kind of struggled there at the end of the season. I think Coach Decker's kind of gotten that out of them this year, and they are definitely on the upswing. They've had some good key players come in with Gloria Tonmo. She's playing really good, solid basketball. Like I said, Audrey Bryant, Josie McDiffit, Aubrey Gustin, all those girls just playing really good, solid team basketball. And I mean, they held Ottawa to 49 points. Anytime you can hold a team like that to 49 points, you're playing great defense and you're putting the ball in the hoop when they score 69 points. So tell me a little bit about the girls basketball team.
As Zach said, the Wildcats women's basketball team is 4-1, so they're on a 2-game winning streak. Let's talk about the next 2 games. They played at home against Wesleyan this week, a Wesleyan team that's 2-2, and also that Wesleyan team that averaged 65 points a game, so that may be a big stat in the game, and a Baker Wildcat women's team that only averages 56 points a game. If they can make some good adjustments on the defensive side of the ball and also on the offensive side of the ball and just create turnovers and scoring opportunities. And also let's talk about the when they play at Southwestern College. That's a team that's 3-0 undefeated in the conference, and that team averages 85 points a game. They're led by senior point guard Kara Burrow, and she averages 20 points a game, leads the conference in scoring, so they're going to have to really pressure her because she's a really good baller.
That's right. Just like any time with the KCAC schools, they have one of the best basketball conferences kind of in the nation. I know Ottawa's usually on top with girls. They went to the national tournament last year, and Southwestern's no different. So it's going to be a really good test for Baker to see how they match up against an undefeated KCAC Southwestern school. Well, that's going to wrap it up for women's basketball, men's basketball, and volleyball. And that's kind of going to be done with us for Sports Chat. But before we go, we'd like to say congratulations to Mike Grossner and all the Baker football players. You guys have had an awesome season. It's been a lot of fun to watch you guys. And on top of that, we want to say congratulations to Nate Hauser and the men's soccer team. As always, soccer team does very well here on campus. This year was no different. HAC champions. You guys have seen it earlier in the show. So congratulations to Nate Hauser, Mike Grossner, and both your respective teams. And we're going to throw it back to the studio. This has been Zack, Rockey.
Nick Williams.
We'll see you guys next week.
That wraps up this week's edition of Orangeline. I'm Justin Hauser.
And I'm Kelsey Epperson. Have a safe and happy Thanksgiving.